What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon MLB DFS video. It is Monday. It is April 21st. We are back with another video for you. Shorter slate today. We got a couple of games before the main slate that we're not going to cover, and then we're going to cover the 6-game main slate. So if you've never been with us before, we do things a little bit differently. We go through every single game that is on the slate that we can play. That's not a single game. We go through the pitchers, the batters. We go through it all. After we get done with those games, we have a couple of other segments that we go through. One of them is called we don't really have a name for it, but we go through all of the players that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating. So what I do is before this video starts, I run 10,000 simulations, and then we see which batters have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating through those 10,000 simulations. If you want to see all of them, they are under the MLB tab in the matchup tool, part of FTA+. After that, we do pitches be crazy. So we look at the top 5 pitchers on the slate that have the best matchups against the teams that strike out the most. So we call that pitches be crazy. And then we came up, I asked for some names, and I saw someone emailed me or tweeted at me. I can't remember which one it was. We have a little betting section, and we're going to call it Makin' Bacon Bets instead of Making Bacon Bets. Making Bacon Bets. That's what we're going to call it. We just kind of go through and look at some of the players that have the best odds for over 1.5 bases. So we're not like we do sometimes do like home run bets and all of that. We'll put some of those in the Discord. So the link for everything is down below. The article for today, the free Discord link is down below. The email, it's all down below. We also try to have giveaways every single day. We try to have 2 giveaways in these baseball videos. Here's how to win. The first way, like the video, be a subscriber, and leave a comment. If this video gets at least 50 likes and you've done all of those, you will have a shot at a free week of FTA+. That is all sports, not just MLB. 100 likes on the video, a free month, 150 likes, a free year, which I thought we were going to get to in yesterday's video, but we did not. And then 200 or more likes on this video, a chance at a $500 lifetime pass. Second way to win. Somewhere in the video, I'll say a keyword or key phrase. Listen for it, type it in, and have your second shot at a free week. So we are going to see who the 2 winners are right now. So the winner, just for getting the 28 views or 28 likes, Millies are mine. Congratulations. I know you won last week, but again, if you guys continue to come back and comment, you will have chances. So Millies, congratulations. Email me, and you know the deets. Let me know that you saw this, and we will get you set up. And the keyword was Easter, but we always re-roll it for the second one. So even though they had Easter in there, we're going to re-roll it for this one. This is just for the keyword. There you go, Steven. Congratulations. Please email me. Let me know your username on the website, and let me know that you were the 421 keyword video winner. Doing all that, we should have a good time in this video. Going to break it down. Not as good as pitching matchups as we've seen over the weekend, but we've got some good games we want to look at. We do have a little weather concern in a couple of them, but we are going to start looking at them. So first game, San Diego at Detroit. Now, Luis Ariz most likely will be out of this game. I have not seen any other news, but he had a very scary collision and had to be carted off with neck and jaw problems. Sunday Night Baseball. So looking into this game, first game. So here's the thing. So we do have the very first game of the day is the White Sox at the Red Sox, the Patriots game, or I think it's Patriots Day, where they do the Boston Marathon. So they always have, it's a 10 a.m. Central starting time, which is wild. So that is out of the way. Then you got the Yankees at the Guardians. You got Clark Schmidt versus Gavin Williams. That game is not on the main slate. It's not on the main slate here. It's also not on the main slate on FanDuel. So those are single games. We're not going to cover those. But if you want some sports bets, if you have some questions about some insights about it, ask in the Discord. We'll try to answer them in the Discord. I do have to get a cavity filled right around lineup lock, or I won't be around the computer or my phone pretty much up until lineup lock. So all of my information will be on the website and hopefully in the Discord earlier in the day than normal. So the first game we can cover, we've got the San Diego Padres headed to Detroit in this game. No weather as of right now. If we look at the ballpark factors at this ball field, it's blowing in or from right to left, and it does have minus 24% chance for home runs and extra base hits. So might be a pitcher's duel. We'll see. You do have Jack Flaherty versus Randy Vasquez. So Flaherty comes in, 2.53 ERA. Game log wise, he did not have a good start against Milwaukee. 4.2 innings, 3 earned runs, which isn't a lot. But then he had 2 walks, which is negative points, and then he only had 4 strikeouts. But against New York, he had 9 strikeouts. Against the White Sox, 7. Against the Dodgers, 5. So he's had 2 really good starts, 1 middle-of-the-road start, and 1 not-so-good start. But when you only have 6 games, you really got to go with a lot of things. So, but the thing is, San Diego does hit righties better. And we can even dig in. This is why we love to look at. We can't even play. Can we play that one? Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. San Diego at Detroit is this one right here. So what I love about Outlier, and you can find the link down below, is it shows the stats for the year and it shows how they've done. So BVP or how they do in batter split. So that's what I love. And right now they're thinking it's Kiter Montero versus Randy Vasquez. And I want to see if it's been confirmed, or is it? It is Kiter. It is Kiter Montero. So it's not Jack Flaherty. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's not showing correctly. Montero remains on the active roster following. Yeah, so he did pitch Wednesday. This would be the 5th day. I guess, we could see if it will be him or if it is, in fact, switch to Jack Flaherty. But right now, it looks like Kiter Montero. In that game against Milwaukee, 5 innings, 5 earned runs, did not do very well. Had 8 strikeouts, 1 walk. His prices stayed the same. I probably don't like that as much. I mean, that's 5 earned runs is not enough to give me any confidence to use him. So if it is, in fact, him, I'm all over San Diego. So if it is, and we look at that, San Diego bats against Montero. No one's seen him before, like outside of basically 1 start, 3, and that's not all of them. But no one's hit a home run. But against right-handed pitching, these are the bats that I'm looking at. Fernando Tatis Jr. is on fire right now. Manny Machado would be another one that I'd look at. With Luis Arraez being out, Gavin Sheets might be a sneaky option if he gets the start. 347 batting average with 2 bombs this year against right-handed pitching. Those are the ones that I feel comfortable with. You could look in a little bit of bogey, so Bogarts. We could get him in there. If he gets in there, possibility of an Oscar Gonzalez. So if we're looking for a stack, you want a 5-man stack, I do not mind the Padres here whatsoever. If it's Jack Flaherty, I probably don't want to take Padres. But if it's Kiter Montero, I'm okay with taking the Padres. Then Detroit against Vasquez. Torkelson has a home run, 1-for-1 with a home run. He gets right-handed pitching, though. They don't do as good. So if you weren't going to go with Randy Vasquez, which we didn't take him his last start, I just don't trust him enough. Dingler has batting .318 against righties this year with 2 bombs. You've got Kerry Carpenter batting .346 this year against righties, 3 bombs. Riley Green with 3 bombs, batting .250. Torkelson, who has a home run against him, batting .283 with 4 bombs in this one. So I honestly do not mind a Detroit stack here. I think a lot of people will be on it, but I think it's one that I would look at. I'm probably off of the pitching unless it is Jack Flaherty. If it's Montero, I want everything to do with stacks on both sides, no pitching. Cincy at Miami. So Cincy just put up 24 runs on Sunday, which is wild. Currently, they think it's going to be Nick Lodolo. He was supposed to start Sunday, but he left Friday on the paternity, so he should be back for this one. He missed Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think they get 3 days, so it should be Lodolo versus Max Meyer. Now, we look at this. Lodolo, 15 plate appearances, really hasn't seen much. Same thing with Max Meyer, 16 plate appearances there. So Lodolo comes in with a 2.31 ERA, 14 strikeouts. So the strikeouts are kind of low for 4 start. Pitching on the road, you can see he's had a bad start versus San Francisco, a bad start against Seattle, but 2 really good starts, 1 against San Francisco and 1 against Milwaukee. He now gets an easier matchup here against Miami. He has not given up an earned run on the road yet. Again, 2 starts, so not a ton. Max Meyer, though, I don't know what we're going to get out of him. I had him last year on my team, and he stunk. Got a 2.63 ERA. Against the Mets, 23.9. Against Atlanta, 16.9. Pittsburgh, 21.2. He now gets to go up against Cincy. Now, again, they haven't really seen him, and it'll all just be dependent on, are they going to be gassed from the game on Sunday, or are they going to be pumped up from the game on Sunday? Now, they're no longer at home. They're on the road in Miami, which might be a little bit different. But if we look at Cincy bats against Mayer, really no one's done anything. Against right-handed pitching this year, Gavin Lux is batting .364. You've got Austin Wynns, who I believe had a home run yesterday, who didn't have one yesterday. Jose Trevino would be a cheaper option, 32 at-bats, .375 batting average, 1 home run against righties this year. Noelvi Marte batting .455. I think Marte and whoever their 9th hitter was, they combined for like 11 hits in the game. So Marte is a cheap option that you definitely could look at. Austin Hayes batting .458 this year against righties, another one I would look at. I don't mind a seat. Like with 6 games, you got to get creative. I don't mind a Cincy stack here. Flip side of that, if you think Lodolo is not going to have it or he's going to have that dad strength, which you definitely see. Overall, like Myers batting .381, Wagaman batting .281, Sanoa batting .368, Paulie batting .300. Like they haven't seen a ton. Kyle Stowers 12 for 24 this year against lefties. Like this could be sneaky. Miami could be sneaky here. Now I'll let you know right now, we're not always right. Sometimes I'm wrong. This could be sneaky. I don't think many people are going to be on a Miami stack today, and I am okay if you go with a Miami stack. Then we got Philly at the Mets. I love this matchup for Aaron Nola. The problem is weather. There's rain here. If you look at ballpark factors, in this game, the wind is blowing out to left, but it depends on how this rain's going to go. So you got Aaron Nola versus Tyler Meagle. So we come in here, and Nola obviously has faced the Mets a ton being in this division. 312 plate appearances against them total, 23.7 K percentage, 271 batting average. Only 11.5 walk percentage. Then Tyler Meagle, on the other hand, 94 plate appearances, a 202 batting average against Philly, 23.4 K percentage. So they've been really good against each other. Price difference, 900. So you got Nola coming in. Game log wise, he has not faced him this year. He's actually had, for his price, he's had 2 bad starts. Really hasn't hit. Actually, you know what? Aaron Nola has not hit value 1 time this year. Comes in with a 6.65 ERA, only 25 strikeouts, an 0-4 record with this Philly team. That's wild to me. And then Meagle comes in, 1.40 ERA. These ERAs and records and strikeouts are what you would expect to be flip-flopped, for Nola to have what Meagle has and Meagle to have what Nola has, but it's not been the case this year. Meagle coming off a bad start against Minnesota. But other than that, he's hit value in all other starts. 1 against Miami, 1 against Toronto, and 1 against Houston. What I mean by value is with our starting pitching, our bare minimum floor target is about 2.5 times value. So 7,200 times 2.5 is basically what you're looking for. Now, he hit that in every single one but Minnesota. I think a lot of people will be on Philly. I think Meagle at that price of 7,200 could be sneaky there. Now, we can dig into the numbers a little bit. If you don't trust either of these pitchers and you want to go with batters, I understand. We could see what we could do. So, Philly batters against Meagle in their career. JT Realmuto has a home run. That is it for home runs. Pretty much everyone else has not had success. Against right-handed pitching this year, though, Bryson Stott's batting .321. Harper batting .275 with 3 bombs. You got JT Realmuto batting .292 with a bomb. Rojas batting .375. Like, they do hit righties good. This could be sneaky. I think a lot of people are going to be on Nola. His price is up there. I might look at Tyler Meagle as a tournament option. Then we look at these batters against Aaron Nola. Pete Alonso, batting .320 in 50 at-bats, so he's seen him a ton, has 5 home runs. You got Juan Soto batting .257 in 35 plate appearances, 3 home runs. Brandon Nimmo has 2 home runs. Starlin Marte has a home run. Jesse Winker does have a home run, but he's batting at .167. So I think a lot of people are going to be on Philly as a stack in Aaron Nola. I think you guys, because you guys are not the fish, you are the sharks, because you've come to this swimming pool and you want to win. I think a Mets stack here could be sneaky. Now, can I be wrong? Yes. I have been known to be wrong if you ask my wife, but my mind, sneaky. Let's be sneaky today. Let's be Mr. Deeds. I think you're underestimating my sneakiness. Let's be sneaky and let's win some money. Next game, St. Louis at Atlanta. Now, weather concern again. You got Schwellenbach versus Eric Fetty. So Schwellenbach comes in, is very expensive. Against Toronto last week, I said I don't know why he was so expensive. And yeah, he went 4.2 innings, 6 earned runs, 2 home runs, only 3 strikeouts. So he had one good strikeout game against Miami, which was 10 strikeouts. Then he had 5 against Philly, which was a good start. Not a great start, but a good start. But his price is so far up there. Now, that's what scares me. His price being up there, I think I'd rather go Eric Fetty a little bit. Like, outside the game against Boston, been pretty decent against Houston, Pittsburgh, and Minnesota. He is 6,000. He is very cheap. The strikeouts are low for him overall. 10 strikeouts in 4 starts is not ideal, but Atlanta strikes out the most out of any team that is active for the day. That is part of pitches be crazy. So Eric Fetty at 6,000, you save 3,500. I am okay with that, which is wild. That is crazy that the price differential there. But the weather might play a whole factor, and that's the kind of the problem there. So if we look at St. Louis bats against Schwellenbach, I mean, 1 start basically. Alec Burleson, 4 for 5 with a home run. Lars Nootbaar has a home run. But against right-handed pitching this year, Brendan Donovan is batting .397 in 63 at-bats. I'm all over that. Brendan Donovan, I'm all over him. Lars Nootbaar, I'd be looking at. I mean, there's home runs. Almost every single batter here has a home run outside Siani, Burleson, Baker. Only 3 of the active players on this St. Louis roster don't have a home run against right-handed pitching. So I do not mind a St. Louis stack here. I think everyone's going to be on Schwellenbach because of his price. Let's get creative. Let's look at a St. Louis stack. Brendan Donovan is the anchor to that stack. Siani could be a cheap option. I don't know if he'll play, but if he does, I would look at Nolan Arenado. If he plays. Thomas Agazy batting .385, which he does better against lefties, but he's still batting .385 against righties. Let's wait for the lineup to come out, but I think St. Louis stack here is pretty good. Atlanta against Fetty, you do have Ozuna with 2 home runs, Matt Olson with a home run. Against right-handed pitching, they do kind of well. They do well. Baldwin, 290 with 2 bombs. You got Sean Murphy with 3 bombs. You got Ozuna with 4 bombs, batting .306. Ozzy Albies has 4 home runs. Olson has 3. Austin Riley has 3. Michael Harris and Kelenic both have 2. I could see Kelenic not starting here. He watched a ball that he thought was a home run out of the box. He admired it. Then he got thrown out at second. I could see him not playing. So let's look at this. I mean, Verdugo, 13 at-bats against righties this year. .385 batting average. Again, he got called up over the weekend. Eric Fetty, because of his price, I am okay with that. And if you don't trust him in DFS, at least look at him a little bit in sports betting just because of the strikeouts and what we could get there. So, like, Atlanta's offense still doesn't make sense to me of, like, how bad their team has been the first month of the season. It's just wild to me. Toronto at Houston's next. You've got Hunter Brown versus Kevin Gausman. Gausman, 85 plate appearances against this Houston team in his career, 177 batting average, 48.2 K percentage. So he struck out almost 50%, which is a huge number there. Then you got Hunter Brown, 33 plate appearances, 250 batting average, averaging right around the same, but $1,000 cheaper for Gausman. So we look at Hunter Brown, 150 ERA, been really good. We used him against St. Louis. He went 6 innings, 4 strikeouts. The strikeouts have gotten lower. Like, you would obviously, floor would be about 5 that you'd want. But some good stuff here against the Toronto team that maybe he does hold them back. Kevin Gausman, 249 ERA, 20 strikeouts. Had a bad start against the Mets, 5.1 innings, 3 earned runs, no strikeouts. So, I mean, that's not a bad start, but having no strikeouts and only getting 3.6 fantasy points, obviously not enough. So both pitchers, I think, are in play. But if you want to look at the bats that maybe have had success or have not had success against them, overall, we can look at Toronto bats against Hunter Brown. Jimenez has a home run and George Springer has a home run. Against right-handed pitching this year, though, George Springer's still batting .340. You got Rodin batting .265 with a bomb. Vladdy batting .318. You got Bo Bichette batting .325. You got Heineman batting .308. I don't mind them. I think with 6 games that you look at, maybe 2 of them might have weather concerns. So maybe in theory, we have 4 games to play with. You could make a case for stacking either of these teams. And then Houston against Gossman, like Paredes has a home run, Altuve has a home run, Dubon and Jacoby Myers has a home run as well. We look against right-handed pitching this year. Overall, they do better against righties, but they're not hitting that well. Like Altuve batting .301, expected. Jordan only batting .218 with 2 bombs. Like, you might get away with throwing Gossman in there, save a little bit of money. People beyond Houston might get away with it there if you go with Gossman a little bit. Then the final game, we got Quinn Priester. It's in San Francisco, so this is a pitcher's ballpark. We love to see that. The weather, the ballpark factors here, it is blowing out to right. But it is a pitcher's park. But you got Robbie Ray versus Quinn Priester. So we took Ray his last start. He was the picture in the video and article of that day, mid-performance. I mean, he had 8 strikeouts, but he also had 5 walks and 4 earned runs, which if he didn't have those earned runs and he didn't have any of those walks, you're probably looking at about 25 to 30 fantasy points. He just didn't have against Philly, but the walks really killed us. Like, we could have lived with 4 earned runs with 8 strikeouts. But that's what we got there. Gets to go up against the Milwaukee team. Usually, though, we like to take Milwaukee bats against left-handed pitchers. We have Quinn Priester coming in. 2 starts, so not much, but a .90 ERA. It's in San Francisco, which is a pitcher's ballpark. 8 strikeouts, 4 per game. I don't mind that. His price at $6,600 is very interesting to me. So then we look at that. We look at the numbers. Against Robbie Ray, I mean, they really haven't seen him. Against left-handed pitching, like Bryce Terang batting .342, Jackson Chourio batting .324, Sal Frelick batting .355. Like, those would be the ones I'd look at. Rhys Hoskins had a big home run for us yesterday. .296 batting average. I usually like to take them against lefties. So I'm okay with that. If you want to fade Robbie Ray and go with those bats we talked about for Milwaukee, I'm okay. Quinn Priester really hasn't seen much of them. Against right-handed pitching this year, like Wilmer Flores has 4 bombs, batting .264. Overall, as a team, they do hit lefties better than righties. Quinn Priester could be sneaky here. We look at that, the price differential there. Schwellenbach at $9,500 and Vasquez down to $5,500. I'm probably off of Vasquez, but if you want to reiterate looking at this slate we're talking about, Eric Fetty for tournaments, I don't mind. Quinn Priester, I'm okay with. Tyler Meagle, I'm okay with. I might be fading Robbie Ray. I might be fading Aaron Nola. If it's Flaherty, I do like him, but if it's not, I don't obviously like him. And I'm probably fading Schwellenbach just because of his price. Now, again, we have weather concerns in those other 2 games. Definitely something to look at. But hopefully this opened your eyes a little bit. So if you are new to the channel, hopefully that did open your eyes to find some of it. But the keyword of the day is blues because it's Monday. It's Monday blues, like Monday. But yeah, so that is the breakdown of the 6-game main slate. We are now going to look at all of the batters that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating. Now, these are through 10,000 simulations. We do 20,000 simulations a day, and they're usually updated about an hour and a half before lineup locks for the main slate. But again, today I will be out, so they'll be updated a little bit earlier. Now, yesterday I think we had 33. The day before that we had 34. Today we don't have very many at all. So, and these will change once we get 20,000. But number 1 is Aaron Judge, who had a home run yesterday. I do not understand how they got that so incredibly wrong. That was a home run. It was fair on the fair side of the foul pole by 15 feet. They went to review. Terrible. They should be able to change it. Just like they could change the no-hitter being a single instead of an error 3 innings later. But the fix is in there. Tampa Bay Rays official score, I hope. No, I don't. But someone's probably going to dock. I would not doubt it. I've already saw a bunch of things on Twitter. I don't know how you change your scoring 3 innings later. But the thing is, he's like, oh, I'm going to change the scoring. That's what I did, and that's final. And then he didn't talk to anybody. No, you should have to talk. Just like the umps should have to come out and have a post-game press conference of how trash they are at the strike zone. They should have. So, 10 out of 10 matchup ratings. Aaron Judge, number 1. Number 2 is Mike Yastrzemski. Number 3 is Kerry Carpenter. 4, Riley Green. 5, Zach McKinstry. 6, Wilmer Flores. 7, Colt Heath. 8, Lamont Wade Jr. And 9, Javi Baez. That is it. There's not a ton there at all. So now we are going to do pitches be crazy. Not necessarily in the order that I would use, but these are the order of teams that strike out the most. Eric Fetty at Atlanta. They strike out 9.65 times per game, 8.57 at home. Nick Lodolo, if it is in fact him pitching, at Miami. Miami strikes out 9.65 times per game, 9.15 times at home. Jonathan Cannon in the very early game at Boston. Boston strikes out 9.55 times a game and 8.22 at home. Randy Vasquez at Detroit. Detroit strikes out 9.43 times per game and 8.56 times at home. And then finally, number 5, Quinn Priester at San Francisco Giants. The Giants strike out 9.38 times per game and 7.67 times a game at home. So to reiterate, not necessarily using them myself, but number 1 is Eric Fetty. Number 2 is Nick Lodolo. 3 is Jonathan Cannon. 4 is Randy Vasquez. And number 5 is Quinn Priester. Now, we are going to look at some of these bets, depending on what you want. The top game for bases through 10,000 simulations. Comerica Park, San Diego Padres at Detroit. Now, hopefully, weather is good. We should be good to go here. But Fernando Tatis Jr. over 1.5 bases. I would definitely look at that. He had a triple yesterday and 1 home run on Sunday. He's number 1. Number 2 is Aaron Judge versus Gavin Williams. Number 3 is Kerry Carpenter versus Randy Vasquez. Again, these are all over 1.5 bases, so we think they're going to get 2+ bases. Now, this is Makin Bacon Bets. This is the segment. Next up is Brendan Donovan versus Schwellenbach. Next is Elliot Ramos versus Quinn Priester. And the final one is Manny Machado versus Kiter Montero. Now, I love both Fernando Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado if it is Kiter Montero and not Jack Flaherty. If it's Jack Flaherty, we might be off of it a little bit. So again, the ones we like to get over 1.5 bases, Fernando Tatis Jr., Aaron Judge, Kerry Carpenter, Brendan Donovan, Elliot Ramos, and number 6 is Manny Machado. So hopefully you guys had a great weekend, whether or not you celebrated Easter, whether or not you had a great DFS day, sports betting weekend, whatever it was. Hopefully it was great. Hopefully we can make your Monday just a little bit better, especially if you're listening to this while you're working. But I want to hopefully we all have a great day. Hopefully you guys have good luck. Let's have a fantastic betting day, a fantastic DFS day, because we've got basketball this week, we've got baseball this week, we've got PGA, we've got MMA, and we've got NASCAR. So good luck to everybody. Let's have fun out there. But as always,